This is Joy Roland, and you're listening to the It's Possible podcast. This is episode number 32. Finally, crush your limiting beliefs. Welcome to the It's Possible podcast. This is the podcast that sparks the transformation of your money mindset, empowering you to pave the way for financial success and wealth creation. This is where we study what the wealthiest and most successful people do. Not only do we study these successful people, we implement what we learn so that we create the life we want and deserve. Hi there, my name is Joy Roland, your host. I created wealth from changing my money mindset. Yes, it's possible for you too. So pour yourself a cup of coffee or tea. This is going to be fun. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 32 of the It's Possible podcast. Welcome if this is your first time on the podcast. I am so thrilled that you're here. And hello again, my friend, if you are a regular listener. I'm so excited for you investing your time to listen to this podcast. And I am so motivated to keep giving you value. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that can truly transform your life, crushing those limiting beliefs that hold you back. But before we get started, if you haven't already, I encourage you to please hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on empowering content like this one. So, how is your 2024 going so far? We're just a couple of days to the end of January. Can you believe that January is ending already? So, I want you to do some reflection. How is it going for you? Are you on track to reach your goals? Are you keeping track? Are you doing the things you promised yourself you would do? Okay. Today, I want you to understand your limiting beliefs and I want you to have strategies to crush those limiting beliefs. Now, I want us to start by understanding what limiting beliefs are. These are those sneaky thoughts that tell you what you can't do, what you are not capable of, and why you should not even try. They are like invisible chains holding you back from reaching your true potential. But here's the secret, they are just thoughts. Yes, they are not facts. They are just thoughts, and thoughts are optional. The first step to crushing them is recognizing and acknowledging them for what they are, limiting beliefs that do not serve you. Okay, now here's the first step. The first step to crushing your limiting beliefs is self awareness and mindfulness. Becoming aware of your thoughts is like turning on the lights in a dark room. When you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, I'm not good enough. These are limiting beliefs. I am not worthy of money. I am not smart enough. I don't know how to make money. Making money is for men. Money is evil and rich people are bad and greedy. I have to work so hard to make money. When I am rich, there will be more poor people in the world. There's not enough money for everyone. When I'm wealthy, I'm going to get taxed more. I'm going to pay higher taxes. People will hate me for my money. I'm going to be super stressed out when I'm wealthy. When I have money, I'm going to lose it all. These are all limiting beliefs. I want you to pause and question those thoughts. Ask yourself, is this thought based on facts or just my perception? Mindfulness helps you detach yourself from these limiting beliefs, creating space for positive and empowering thoughts to emerge. Now, I remember when I realized how often I was holding myself back with negative self talk. That was a game changer for me. Once I started to practice self awareness and detach myself from my thoughts and be able to observe my thoughts as a third party, that's a higher level of self awareness. Remember, you have the power to change your thoughts. Okay, so awareness and mindfulness is the first step. The second step is reframing and positive affirmations. Once you are aware of your limiting beliefs, it's time to reframe all of them into empowering statements. Here's an example. I am not smart enough. That's a limiting belief. You can reframe and say, I have access to so many tools to teach me how to be smart about money. I am in the process of learning how to be smart with my money. You see how you can reframe your limiting beliefs to be more positive and to drive you to get the results you want. Now, be very careful here because I don't want you to start practicing thoughts that you don't believe. You have to believe the thoughts. So, if you're currently thinking, I'm not smart with money, it will be a huge leap if you want to start thinking, oh, I'm super smart with money. I'm a genius with my money. All right. That might be a huge leap for your brain to accept and for your mind to accept. So you have to start practicing thoughts step by step, and those thoughts have to be believable. You have to reframe to believable thoughts. So here's what I want you to do. Grab a notebook or use your phone. Obviously, if you're driving or doing something that requires your 100% attention, please do this when you get home or when you're in a safe space. I want you to write down your limiting beliefs and then rewrite them in a positive light. For example, change I can't do this to I am capable and resourceful to do this. I want you to practice these positive affirmations daily. They act as a powerful tool to reshape your mindset. Trust me, this works. It's so powerful. This was what I did to transform my situation. I was born, like I've said this many times on this podcast, but if you're just listening for the first time, I was born in sub Saharan Africa. I was born into abject poverty. I experienced unspeakable trauma and abuse as a child. I decided to leave my country at age 25 in search of a better life. When I left my country, I could hardly speak English. Can you believe that? And I've transformed into this woman I am today because I decided to change my mindset. I decided to do the thought work to shift my mindset. And now I have a net worth of 7 figures. It's possible for you too. And I'm giving you the steps to achieve the same for your life because, yes, you deserve wealth. You deserve to have financial success and abundance. So, I just went to step number 2, which is reframing and positive affirmations. Step number 3 is drum roll, taking action. Yes, taking action. The most effective way to crush limiting beliefs is to prove them wrong through actions. Think about a goal or a dream you've been holding back on because of those limiting beliefs. Break them down into small, actionable steps. As you accomplish each of those steps, you are not only making progress, but you are proving to yourself that you are capable. Remember, on this podcast, I've talked so many times about giving your brain new evidence of what's possible. The best way you can do that, my dear friend, I know you can hear the passion in my voice. I'm so desperate for you to make changes and to start seeing results. The only way you can do that is by giving your brain evidence. And when you take action, for example, if you tell yourself, I can't do this, and you take action and you do it, can you see that you've proven to yourself that it's possible? You've proven to yourself that you can do it. So, our brains are like supercomputers. Our brain learns from information we feed it. So, for example, if you use ChatGPT or any AI tool, AI is created by feeding it information, right? So, when the team in at Microsoft created ChatGPT, they had to feed it with tons of information, and then the AI tool ChatGPT will start to learn by referencing the information is being fed, by referencing its experience, right? This is exactly how our brain works. Our brain is the supercomputer in the whole world. It beats any AI 100% every single time. Our brain is a super machine. And how it works is this: it goes into the database of your mind to look for evidence as proof. So, when you feed your brain new evidence, you begin to see new results. Now, it's possible for you to say, well, I haven't done this in the past. I don't have the evidence to reference. Here's what I encourage you to do. I want you to find evidence in the world of people who have done what you're trying to do. I know on this podcast, I've said it many times, the evidence I've given my own brain. So I am a money coach and I have learned from my own coach. Her name is Brooke Castillo, and she's one of the evidence I've given my brain of what is possible. What is possible for me as a coach, as a money coach. So Brooke Castillo last year, she her business earned over $60 million as a life coach, right? So I give my brain that evidence. When my brain starts to doubt that creating wealth and abundance is not possible, I tell my brain, well, look at Brooke Castillo. I tell my brain, how about Stacey Bayman? How about Jody Moore? How about Corinne Crabtree? How about DL Sharon? These are all women who are life coaches, sales coaches, weight coaches. Corinne Crabtree is a weight coach. She teaches people how to lose weight, and she makes tens of millions of dollars every year in her coaching business. So I give my brain all of these evidence to say, Joy Roland, it is possible for you. So I encourage you to do the same. Whatever your endeavor in life, maybe you are an accountant, maybe you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, any occupation, there are successful people who have achieved what you're trying to achieve. Maybe you're starting a new business. Look for people who've done what you're trying to do and who are hugely successful, and give your brain that evidence. Okay? So that's something you can do. Now, remember, action is the antidote to self doubt. The more action you take, the weaker those limiting beliefs become. I am an example of that, a huge example. You see, oh gosh, like I have so many stories. I don't feel like there's enough time to go through all of my stories, but I just want to encourage you, right? Just take action. When I started this business, my money coaching business, I had so many self-doubts about myself. I just kept taking action. I just kept taking action. And as I was taking action, I started to see results, huge results in my business. Opportunities started to open to me. So I encourage you, action is the antidote to self doubt. If you're doubting yourself right now, if you have limiting beliefs and you're like, I can't do this, I promise you 100% this is possible for you. You just have to take action. Okay. I'm going to end this episode with three quotes. The first one is by Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor says, you cannot escape from prison until you recognize you are in one. People who have chosen to live within the limits of their old beliefs continue to have the same experiences. It takes effort and commitment to break old patterns. The second quote is by Mahatma Gandhi. He says, man often becomes what he believes himself to be. If I keep on saying to myself that I cannot do a certain thing, it is possible that I may end by really becoming incapable of doing it. On the contrary, if I have the belief that I can do it, I shall surely acquire the capacity to do it, even if I may not have it at the beginning. The last quote is by Wayne Dyer. He says, there is a grand lie that we are limited. The only limits we have are the limits we believe. That's all I have for you, my friend. I care about you and I love you, and I'm rooting for you to be successful. Until next week, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. If this episode encouraged, inspired, or taught you something new, please do me a huge favor by leaving me a review. Just head on over to Apple Podcast, find the show, go to the main page of the show, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see a section where you can write me a review. And lastly, come on over to my Facebook group where you get support as you build wealth. This is an exclusive group of high-achieving and ambitious women actively working on getting rich. Find the link to the group in the show notes. I hope to see you back here soon. God bless you.